Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Man, we got the week 10 teasers and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get into this. I got a pretty high confidence rate with it. Let's start. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Washington No Names. Right now it's Tampa Bay -9. I'm bringing that down to Tampa Bay -2.5, and I'm slinging the big right hand. And listen, I understand the issues with Tampa Bay going into this game, and I understand why this might look like upset fodder for you guys. But for me, this Washington defensive line never played like we thought they would. Remember during preseason, we really felt like this defensive line could control games, could dictate tempo, could even change divisions, but it just hasn't been good enough. I don't know if it's scheme. I don't know what it is, but one thing you know you're not going to get help from is Taylor Heineke. I think the kid has 2 or 3 turnovers this game. I think Tampa Bay's defense actually comes in, and I think Tampa Bay's defense plays hard, and I really don't think Tampa Bay's defense is going to be a joke this game. You never know with them, but we are getting to November. We are getting close to December. That's when teams start ticking up, and Brady's going to get this rock out of his hand quick. I do think Tampa Bay starts a bit slow. I really do believe that. The bye week's not helping anyone this year. Tampa starts a bit slow, but this -2.5 should be easy. Next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Denver Broncos. Theodore Bridgewater. We got the Eagles +2. I'm going Eagles +9, and I'm riding with it. With Nick Sirianni, there is always a little bit of risk involved, but he has been coaching better despite how they lost that game against the Chargers last week. At least we're starting to see him run the rock, and one thing you can do against this Denver defense is you can run the rock. And this Von Miller trade will have reverberations. Sure, you didn't see that against the Cowboys, but I think it's going to decimate this defense. It's certainly going to affect the pass rush, and they already can't stop the run. And I understand why people are feeling the Broncos again this week. And listen, great win at the Cowboys. You got to tip the hat. It's always a good way to win on the road, and beating the Cowboys is always funny. But Teddy Bridgewater is going to revert back to his basic firmware. His basic firmware is check it down, play it safe, 16 of 29, 187 yards, and that's what we're going to do. I think Hurts makes more plays than Bridgewater. I'm not talking about whose receiving core is better. I'm not talking about whose offensive line's better. I'm talking about which quarterback's going to go out there, grab his nuts, and make the 3 or 4 big plays that decide the close game. That's going to be Hurts. Firmware will be returned on Theodore, and it will be checked down. You look at these wide receivers on Denver, I keep saying every week, this is a sleeping dragon. This is a diamond in the rough. If you give a good quarterback these 3 receivers and tight end, they would whip work and probably win 12 games. Next game, we got the Detroit Lions. They're lying about being good at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are -8. I bring it down to Pittsburgh -1, and I have the best comment section in YouTube. I have some of the highest IQ discussions on YouTube, regardless of genre. But one thing I don't get is you guys liking Detroit this week. I don't get it. And no one's really articulated it other than seeing Pittsburgh coming in on a letdown. You want to know what's a letdown? That Detroit Lions run defense. You want to know what's a letdown? You roll into Heinz Field with Jared Goff as your quarterback. You want to know what's a letdown? Matt Patricia as a GM and giving him power as a head coach as well. Dan Campbell's just trying to clean up a massive oil spill, a landfill, a sewage, and they can't even stop the run on defense. Did I mention they're the least athletic defense in the league? And, you know, Pittsburgh's no crown jewel themselves. And I'm not saying that. But Mike Tomlin and Big Ben, they bring something. You at least know what you're getting served. And what Detroit is getting served is Najee Harris down the throat 25 to 30 times. And Detroit hasn't proven they can stop the run. So they're going to get bullied in this league. And Pittsburgh's a good team to do it. And if you got a struggling quarterback like Jared Goff, sure, you get the bye week. Sure, you get him a little bit of rest. But what answers can Jared Goff find against a rabid, pretty good Pittsburgh Steelers defense? I'm not seeing it. I would really like someone to articulate it in the comment section why Detroit is an upset pick this week, because I am not seeing it. I am bringing Pittsburgh down to -1, and I'm riding with it. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the New England Patriots. Cleveland +2. I'm adding that 7. I'm rolling Cleveland. And the Pats the last 3 or 4 weeks, they've been playing bully ball. They're a very physical team, and you have to give credit to any team in this league that can play physical. But Cleveland's the wrong team to try to bully it. I think Cleveland runs the ball better, and I think Cleveland's defense stops the Patriots' run game. And it's going to be up to Mac Jones to make plays, and I wonder how many plays the kid can generate. Now, Baker Mayfield, we don't know how well he's going to play. But when I'm going into this game, I just think the main emphasis, Nick Chubb, no Nick Chubb plan, I don't really care. The emphasis of this run game, of this whole matchup, is this big Browns offensive line pushing forward 30 times and giving Baker Mayfield opportunities on the play action. The blueprint was set last week against the Bengals. Sure, the Bengals didn't play their top game. I understand that. Sometimes outliers do happen in this league, but I don't think that was an outlier. I think a red print in this case, a blueprint was laid, and I think the Browns build on from here. I absolutely love the Browns +9. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jags at the Indianapolis Colts. We got Jags +10.5, and you know what I'm doing by now, and the Jags have made this teaser list a lot. We're going Jags 17.5, and we're riding with it, and we know Lawrence's health isn't going to be there, but I'm not expecting a lot out of this Jags offense. What I'm expecting is this Jags defense to play mistake-free football. If the Jags defense just keep it to 5 penalties a game, they're actually a pretty good unit, and they're very good in the secondary. And the Jags defense does have a weakness against the run, but with the Colts, you can really load up against it. And yes, the Colts do have a pretty decent play action game, but nothing's hitting you deep. It's all play action underneath to the flats. I think the Jags defense can really survive and maybe even flourish in this game. And also, this Colts defense, it's one of those units. There's been a lot of money spent. There's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of ESPN chatter. But this defensive unit of the Colts really hasn't become good. They're just above average, and they really haven't changed anything. Like that Baltimore Ravens game encapsulates a lot for me. And I'm not saying Lawrence and the Jags offense are going off on this, but I mean, I think the Colts win this game. I think it's a dogfight, 24-17. Jags +17.5 is a pretty good way to ride. Next game, we got Thursday Night Football. Make sure you hit the like button, share the video, subscribe. Thursday Night Football, the Baltimore Ravens at the Dolphins. Dolphins +7.5. I will be making 2 teasers, one with this game on, one with it without. And why am I doing that? Because Thursday Night Football is so unpredictable. I actually really like the Dolphins in this. Is it going to be Jacoby? Is it going to be Tua? I'm not necessarily sure, but I don't think it makes that big a difference. Both turn the ball over. Both aren't too explosive getting the ball downfield. And Tua just adds a little bit of an element of scrambling ability. But I do think Jacoby makes better decisions. But the main reason I'm liking this game is Baltimore keeps starting slow, especially in the first half. And I feel like this Dolphins team has been playing better the last 3 weeks. It's hard to see. It's hard to sell the fan base you're getting better when you lose to the Falcons and you lose to the Jags and you play a tough game at the Bills. But they actually do look like they're getting better. And 14.5 should be within their ability to cover. It really should be. So I got Dolphins plus 14.5 against the Ravens. And the Dolphins are actually pretty good against scrambling quarterbacks. I trust Flores to have a good game plan. Now, if Tua just has a terrible game and he starts, he gets the opportunity, starts, and he throws 3 picks, there's not much we can do. But I'm telling you, if you think Tua can at least play, it's just an average game, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, give us 175 yards. Dolphins have been getting the run game going. It has been assisting their offense, and you'll see a difference. I like the Dolphins plus 14.5. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. Make sure you subscribe. This is the best gambling show on the internet.